viewers, I'm Komal, and in this video I'm gonna talk about the coding rounds that are involved in most of the IT companies' hiring process. The coding rounds are of 2 or 3 types. The first type would be pseudocode writing. In pseudocode, you're required to write the logic. It is mostly about the logic of how to perform a particular operation. The logic writing would be of 2 to 3 types. Like the first type of question would be the logic would already be written. You have to find the error in the code given, or the other type would include you are expected to predict the output according to the logic given, and the other type would also include wherein you have to make changes in the given code so that the required output is obtained. These are the most of the types that are included in pseudocode writing. Pseudocode writing is the very basic type. It doesn't have to include any particular language like C, Java, or any language in particular, but one has to be aware of writing it. It is test your logical skills and your understanding of the problem. Usually, pseudocode writing is expected in most of the companies, and it is kind of basic in programming, so it is irrespective of the branch, whether you belong to a technical branch or a non-technical branch or any branch. If you want to get into an IT company, you need to be aware of the pseudocode writing, and you need to be able to understand the logic behind the given program, and be able to write further and make changes according to the requirement. Pseudocode writing would be like, for example, if you want to add 2 numbers and display the result, you need to be able to understand that the addition of 2 numbers requires input of 2 numbers, then you have to add those 2 numbers, then store the result in another variable, or directly print the result onto the screen. So you need to understand each and every logic behind even the tiniest operations like addition or subtraction or any basic thing. And let us say you have printing of odd numbers. Then if the loop is given, you need to be able to identify how many times the loop has to run, and you need to also understand that the loop has to run with an interval of 1, so that the alternate numbers are printed instead of printing numbers continuously. So these are the tiny things that you need to be aware of and you need to remember in pseudocode writing so that you don't commit mistakes. And it all comes with practice, and there are plenty of online platforms that allow you to practice for free, allow you to understand the coding and get familiar with them. So the further coding round would be to solve the real-time problems. Most of the companies do this, like TCS offers CodeVita, and it even offers other coding round in NQT, and companies like Capgemini also ask for a coding round. LTI also asks for a coding round. In all of these coding rounds, you are given option to choose the language that you are comfortable in coding with, and you need to solve the given problem, or you need to be able to write a function that would perform the given task without errors, of course, and they test the environment in, like, we call these test cases. So they test your program in different environments. Like if you say you need to perform a division of 2 numbers like A by B, then they test with different cases. Like even numbers, odd numbers, positives, negatives, and they also test for zeros. So you need to mention in your coding that A by B, where B cannot be 0. These are the simple things that one needs to remember, and the coding rounds would be very similar to all of this. Like it all starts with the basic logic, then it is the advancement of the problem or the code depends on your understanding of it and your skills. So it is very important to develop your skills and your confidence. So coming to the preparation time, one learns at their own pace. It is not like one would learn in 10 days or 15 days, but I personally would suggest you that keep practicing every single day, at least 1 or 2 coding questions, so that you have that momentum when the urge to solve new problems so that your thinking and your skills are put to their worth. There are many online platforms that would help you to achieve this. Online platforms like HackerRank, HackerEarth, CodeChef. So it's better to keep practicing every single day so that you don't lose the interest, or you don't suddenly get astonished by the questions that you will face in any round or in interview as well. Coming to technical interviews, if you belong to a CSE branch or a IT branch, they would expect the knowledge of data systems and data structures, DBMS, database management systems, and further algorithms and a few other stuff. Apart from that, if you are from CSE, usually they ask you algorithms for searching and sorting. There are companies that would, it depends on your TR, the person interviewing you. He or she might ask you to write a program of your choice and then explain it or solve it. And they could also ask you, give you a program and write its logic. And if it is the second case, even if you don't know the program, try it heartfully. All they check is your confidence and the efforts you put into it in order to solve it. If it is a program of your choice, make sure it is a program that you are well aware of, but also make sure that it is not a very simple program, something tricky, so that it keeps the interviewer hooked to your performance. So that would help you. And coming to pseudocodes, they are really simple. It is just the logic that you need to understand and how the program control flow runs so that you can answer accordingly. For most of the programs, it is you need to understand the control flow. If there is a function call in the main, so you need to understand that when there is a function call, you need to go to that function, execute those lines, and then come back to the next line in the main function. So that helps you in solving the problem better and understanding it, and also helps you rectify errors if there are any. And most of the cases, pseudocode has the prediction of output. For example, they would give you a loop and ask you what would be the output of this loop, and the output would contain options that are very similar. So you need to understand very clearly how the control runs and after how many times the loop would end. For example, the difference between while and do while loop. You would know that one is entry control loop and the other is the exit control loop. So these tiny little things would help you in solving the problem better and in understanding it, so that you can choose the right option when you have the real interview or the real process. And for non-CSE branches, it would be the basic questions. It would always be the basic questions. You can expect technical questions on the projects that you have done so far in your BTech course. It could be a very minor project or a major project, but you should be well aware of it so that you can answer the questions better. And always remember to write your own resume so that you don't have to struggle later on, or you could be able to easily answer the examiner or the interviewer when they ask you. And they always check your genuinity, if you are confident enough when you are answering it, or are you struggling to answer it. They would easily know while picking you if you are genuine or you are faking it. So always make sure of it. And coming to the technical other questions, it is always simple. They might also ask you core of your branches that few people ask this, few interviewers ask this. They would ask you your favorite subjects from your course, and would also ask you certain questions on them. So you should be able to tell those real life applications and should be able to link it to your everyday problems and everyday situations. The online platforms that could help you are Geeks for Geeks. Websites for coding would be CodeChef, HackerRank, and various other platforms. You just Google once and you would find plenty of websites that allow you to learn, that allow you to explore your understanding. And further, apart from all this, it is very important that you don't lose your confidence if you are not getting selected or if you are rejected in one of the companies. There are better companies and there are plenty of companies in the market. So never lose your confidence, and it is all about skill development and your self motivation to get your job. So thank you, and best of luck.